I'd see an elderly couple, and I'd think about my grandparents. My grandfather who fought in World War II. My grandmother who worked on a bomber assembly line while he was gone. And when he came back, he was able to get a college education on the GI Bill. And they were able to buy a home with the help of an FHA loan. And I think about the journey they traveled and how remarkable that was and how that represented all that the greatest generation had done. And then I meet a single mom somewhere, and I think about my mom, who basically raised me and my sister on her own because my father left. And how she had to struggle to work while she was putting herself through school and still keep us on track. And yet, she was, because of the help of scholarships and grants, able to get her education and then give me and my sister the best education in the world. Student loan rates from doubling. And we've got more work to do to bring down college tuition costs to make it affordable. For 2 million more Americans so they get trained for the jobs that people are hiring for right now. A higher education is no longer a luxury. It is an economic imperative in the 21st century. It is part of what we need to succeed in this global economy. And I'm going to fight for every young person who's looking. There is a fundamental difference on housing. Mr. Romney says, let's just let foreclosures happen and the market will bottom out. I want to make sure that every American who right now owns a home can refinance their homes at historically low rates. Put the $3,000 in the pocket of every American. Not only will you spend that and create more customers for businesses, but it can also help stabilize the housing market. But when it comes to immigration, Mr. Romney thinks that the Arizona law should be a model for the nation. I believe we're a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. We've worked hard on border security, but I've also said that when you've got young people in this country who have been raised as Americans, other countries are rising, and we're declining, and I just don't buy that. You know, what's holding us back is not, it's not the lack of new ideas or big ideas or policy prescriptions that could make a difference in education or housing or healthcare or you name it. What's been holding us back is a stalemate in Washington. And this is not just about two candidates or two political parties. This is about two fundamentally different visions for where we take our country. My opponent and his allies in Congress, they've got a particular view about how you grow the economy. Top-down economics. Their view is that if you take the Bush tax cuts and on top of that, you then layer on $5 trillion more of tax cuts, mostly for the wealthy. And you eliminate regulations on polluters or the regulations we put in place to prevent another meltdown on Wall Street or regulations to make sure that folks aren't being taken advantage of by unscrupulous lenders. That if you just eliminate government intrusion into the market and let folks at the very top maximize their profits, that we'll all do better. I mean, that's their theory.
tried that.
And, you know, it is a theory. And you know, it'd be okay for them to make that argument if we hadn't just spent close to a decade trying their theory. Most sluggish job growth in decades. Income and wages for ordinary folks going down. Rising inequality. Surpluses turned into deficits. Culminating in the worst economic crisis in our lifetimes. Now, I don't know about how you guys operate in your lives, but my general rule is if I do something and it just really doesn't work out, then I try to do something different the next time. So I've got a different idea. See, I don't believe in top-down economics. I believe in middle-out economics. I believe in bottom-up economics. I believe that when you give everybody a shot, and everybody is able to work hard and look after their families, everybody does better. Including, by the way, folks at the top. Small business, large business, suddenly they've got customers because those customers got some money in their pockets. The history of how we built this country was everybody having a chance to pursue their dreams and together us building opportunity that made us the envy of the world. And so I don't believe that we should try once again something that didn't work. I think what we need to do is keep pursuing a strategy that says, let's make the investments in the American people that will help us grow, but will also create ladders of opportunity for everybody. So let me be specific. You know, when my opponent wanted to let Detroit go bankrupt, I said, first of all, it's going to cost us 1 million jobs. Second of all, I believe in the American worker, and I believe in American ingenuity. And so we got management and workers together, and guess what? 3.5 years later, GM is the #1 automaker again. It's roaring back and they're building better cars and more fuel-efficient cars than ever. That's an example of what America can do. When we work together. It's not just the auto industry. Whether we're talking about advanced manufacturing of batteries that will help us run electric cars, or wind turbines, or solar panels, or I believe in making things here in America. I believe in inventing things here in America. And, you know, Governor Romney, his main calling card for running for office is his business experience. And so, understandably, the American people have been asking, well, let's find out what you've been doing. And, you know, if your main experience is investing in companies that are called pioneers of outsourcing, then that indicates that we've got a different vision. Because I don't want to be a pioneer of outsourcing. I want to be a pioneer of insourcing. I want to stop giving tax breaks to companies that are shipping jobs overseas. They're investing right here in Austin. American workers making American products that we sell. Stand for 25 words, made in America. Afghanistan and started to bring our troops home. And so, after a decade of war, what I've said is, let's take some of the savings, use half of it to help pay down our deficit. Let's use the other half to do some nation building here at home. Let's rebuild our roads and our bridges. Let's build broadband lines in the rural communities. Let's build high-speed rail. That you would then propose a $5 trillion tax cut. That would give the average millionaire a $250,000 tax break. And to pay for it, you would then have to gut education. Gut investments in science and research. Gut our transportation. Voucherize Medicare. Oh, and in the process, eventually, you're probably going to have to raise taxes on middle-class families. We've already cut $1 trillion. And I don't believe every government program works. I don't believe that government can help folks who don't want to help themselves. So we've got to continue to make government more efficient and more effective and more customer friendly. But we're not going to turn back the clock to the days when seniors had to fend for themselves, where poor children are on their own, where we're not making investments in education and falling further and further behind other countries. So what I've said is, let's ask folks like me, who've been incredibly blessed by this country, to do a little bit more. What I've said is, I told Congress last week, let's go ahead and say everybody who's making $250,000 a year or less, your income taxes will not go up one bit. Turn them into surplus. By the way, wealthy people did really well also. That's right. Because again, if folks in the middle class are doing well, everybody does well. That's right. That's right. It's that basic principle. You know, Abraham Lincoln said that there's some things we do better together. Right. You know, we are entrepreneurs, we are risk takers, we're rugged individualists, but there's some things we do better together. That's how we financed the GI Bill that created the largest middle class in history. That's how we built the Hoover Dam, the Golden Gate Bridge. That's how we sent a man to the moon. That's how the internet came to happen. That's right. Because we recognize there's some things we do well together. And we rise or fall as one nation, as one people. And so, here's the good news, is that in this election you will have an opportunity to choose between these two visions.
I choose you!
And that's the way democracy should work. Now, I will say that there's going to be about, well, who knows how much money is going to be spent. We've got folks writing $10 million checks, you know, running negative ads with scary voices. And it's basically the same message every time. Exception. What makes us so special is this basic bargain, this basic idea that in this country, no matter what you look like, no matter where you come from, no matter what your last name is, no matter what setbacks you may experience, in this country, if you work hard, if you are willing to take responsibility, then you can make it. that for the overwhelming majority of Americans, that effort means that you can find a job that supports a family. It means that you can maybe get a home that you call your own. And you can send your kids to a good school, not go bankrupt when you get sick.